Hello and welcome back to 10 minutes of astrology. You want to know something really cool? That we're going to relearn a lesson. It's going to be fun. So, Mars goes into Capricorn approximate. Why am I going all the way back to Capricorn? We're not doing Mars in Capricorn anymore. We're doing Mars and Pisces. That's right. That's what's on this page. Forgive me. December 30th, 2031. Remember, Virgos, to keep track of your degrees during this time because Mars is going to be directly opposite to you and you are still in that yacht at 12 degrees. So specifically at 12 degrees, that's when things really hit, multiple things. So keep that in mind. We have the semi-sextile to Pluto and Aquarius, the semi-sextile to Neptune and Aries. Both of those are sextiles, still at 12 degrees. We've also got Mercury in here in Capricorn at 12 degrees. Jupiter, this is between 13 14. Remember, this is between January 14th to about the 15th, 16th, 17th. Like on these days, it's going to be heaviest. 2032. Sextile Chiron at 16 degrees in Taurus. So these are all within like 4 degrees of each other. And remember, I like to do large orbs. So all of these at about this time and this time period, the square to Saturn retrograde in Gemini at 16 degrees. The note that I have here is sometimes you need the darkness to get to the light. So this is where I want to stop real quick because we're going to back up just a minute. And remember that I said you want to know something really cool. Is that this is going to mean something very much deeper to us by this time. And like listen to the wind as I've got my window open. And I want you to listen to the wind as I talk about some of this stuff because we're still in a very windy time now. Mars and Pisces is like I'm acting with my anxiety, with my emotions, with my intuition, with my knowledge, with all of these things that I have. And I'm being propelled forward. Now, Mars, I like Mars in Pisces. I have my opinions though. And check the housekeeping in the comments as a reminder of my astrology predictions playlist, my contest giveaway, etc. But all of this together around this time is going to be more transformational than I think we really fully understand in this moment. And what I mean by sometimes you need the darkness in order to get to the light is sometimes God gives permission. Sometimes, like a volcano, it has to be wiped out to start over, and there's a reason behind that. There's a reason that happens when that happens. What do we need to learn? What do we need to transform? What do we need to completely stop doing? You know what I would love to see? I would love to see our planet just want to be the best planet of all the planets. Like, make sure that we do everything we can so that the aliens want to come here. I want to be the best planet in the solar system. I want other planetary species to be like, you know where I want to go? Earth. That place is great. You know what we're not right now in 2025? Anywho, so this is like, sometimes we have to get rid of the bad to say, what do we all want as a society? What is going to be great for everybody? Because Mars is learning and teaching here, and it's transforming, but it's so active and it's with our spirit. And then we basically go into like this moral high ground shtick. Like, the other thing that I want to say in this is we've got Mercury, and I don't want to touch too deep on it, But Mercury is this small communication in Capricorn, and that's sextile, so that's a good thing for the way that we speak about things and act on things. And we also have Jupiter here in Capricorn, which is very out of the box, larger than expected, but good. It's good for the social system, especially when it comes to finances and stuff. Like, all of these are good, transformative. We're in a, like, we just pop, we just here now. What just happened? Is it good? We still have some like struggles to get through, but we have just gotten into place, and it's just so transformative. And like, oh my gosh, you see the wind is still now. So then we have the square to Uranus in Gemini, retrograded approximately 23 degrees at the end of January. And even though we still continue to see like negative, random, we're seeing progress. The more we push for better, the better things that we're going to get. And sometimes some things will go wrong and sometimes some things will go right. We're trying to keep track, but at the end, this large transformation is better for us and we see the progress. It's been really hard to stick to it because remember, Saturn and all of this, you can't trust. Uranus and all of this is too wild and chaotic. Pluto is already changing enough stuff. Like, it's a lot, but it's good. It's technology advancing. It is mind-blowing technology and information, and like, we just have hopped right on board, and we're like, can we do this? Like, sure, we still have things that we need to get through, but I think society is still transform. It's the birth that we talked about years ago, and by this date it'll be about 10 years ago that a lot of astrologers and people were talking about the birthing process. The birthing process in a universal class consciousness field takes longer the longer it basically takes for people to understand and educate themselves. It's like a ripple effect. That's why it's great to have education. That's why it's, and the evil on the other side of this is just being called out and filtered out and dealt with, and it's shaking a lot of things up, sure. But as long as we know where we want to be as a collective and how we want to run this Mother Earth here, and we've figured it, like, so long as we can do all that and get on the right track, we'll be fine. And this is one of those moments where even though there are things shaking around you and blowing around, that those things sometimes need to be picked up and thrown off the edge. And I'm not saying that violence is the answer. I've never said that. I never planned to say that. But I understand it. And so long as we understand where it's coming from, then we can move up and move forward as a humanity and as a species and as earthbound folk so far as we are aware in 2025 anyway. Hello, people from the future, etc., and the past and the nonsensical and the ulterior planes of existence, if this isn't all just uploaded to the consciousness and the matrix. Anywho, there are waves of intelligent species that we have yet to understand and comprehend yet, but hopefully we get to soon. I am going to head out now as I discuss when Mars goes into Aries approximately February 6, 2032. And the other thing that I have here is we must play the collective long game strategy. Have a beautiful day. Press all buttons.